SmartFish is a €35 million fisheries program implemented by the Indian Ocean Commission and the Food and Agricultural Organization of the UN. The focus is on 20 countries in East and Southern Africa and the Indian Ocean, implementing interventions in fisheries management, policy, marketing and trade, food security, and monitoring, control and surveillance. Sitting at the heart of the East African region, Tanzania is an important link in the chain of coral reefs, mangroves and sandy keys that support a host of locally important ecosystems and fisheries, stretching along 1,400 kilometers of coastline. However, in recent years, it has fallen prey to a particularly destructive illegal practice, blast fishing with a wide range of explosives.
These fishers go to sea in their little dugouts or in galawas, and they make use of homemade bombs made out of fertilizer and diesel and industrial explosives with detonators and fuse.
The coral's destroyed and the fish either die through rupture of their swim bladders or they're shocked into a form of paralysis.
Imeingiwa nguvu haramu kama mabomu haya yanachafua kabisa, hakuna kipato tena. Kipato hakipatikani, kiko chini kabisa. Unakwenda baharini ukirudi unakuja na samaki wa kilo 1, kilo 2 basi. Na zamani unakwenda ukapiga ngarawa tele. Imejaa samaki. Lakini sasa wapi? Samaki wamepotea.
The blast fishing is focused around the 3 largest coastal cities. What initially started as a quick way to catch fish has steadily increased to prolific activity to extract fish from their inaccessible reef hiding spaces. The decline of reef-associated fish resources caused more fishers to start blast fishing to extract the last remaining fish from their coral reefs.
It's absolutely mind-blowing to see the level of destruction. You don't just see a dead piece of coral, you see a flat rubble field.
The damage that this does to the coral and to the ecosystem and the fish can never be repaired.
Initially, we started off with community interventions, outreach programs. We slowly ramped up our interventions, and that has progressed over 3 years from chasing individual fishermen to now addressing the entire supply chain of dynamite and other blasting materials into Tanzania.
We've done training interventions in 2 phases. One would be theoretical training in creating investigational lectures, training manuals on evidence collection and investigation, crime scenes. What we did after that was put the theoretical training into practice during operational training interventions where we actually worked out in the field. Operational planning, making arrests, seeing that it was done in the correct way, that the chain of evidence was kept, so that when these cases go to court, the evidence becomes admissible.
The key elements that is required for effective enforcement is, of course, you must have a strong inspectorate that's also got the necessary training, that's got necessary resources. Secondly, of course, you need effective prosecution, so you need prosecutors who are knowledgeable and who's got the necessary resources. Thirdly, of course, you need strong sentences that will really send out a message that will act as a deterrent.
One of the greatest problems with dynamite fishing and enforcement of it is that there's no cohesion amongst agencies.
The innovative part has essentially been the establishment of the multi-agency task force, where departments and ministries reviewed their role in the entire supply chain and came to the result that there's a lot of duplication and there's a lot also of single responsibility. So with the establishment of the MAT, it's actually brought all the role players together in a single format.
The next step in combating blast fishing in Tanzania involves expanding the investigation into the smuggling of explosives from neighboring countries. By cutting off supply lines of illegal explosives and undertaking intelligence-driven investigations with trained prosecution teams, Tanzania can deal decisively with these cases.
So I think with the MAT, particularly in a developing country context, shows a lot of promise for other countries to use similar methodologies, using a multi-agency task force where everybody contributes either in kind or in cash or in labor. I think it can play a significant role in improving not only fisheries but also other operations against environmental crime.